be a captain. Captains have to have a minimum of 20 people in a generation. That's the minimum, 20. The maximum, like if you try to go beyond that, because like I said, MVP is open to anybody. People are gonna want to join. You know what I mean? But the minimum is 20. So if you guys as lieutenants can't even get 5 people per year, how the fuck are you gonna be a good captain? That's what a sergeant's task is to do. To make sure that the lieutenants are being true lieutenants. A sergeant can demote you back to a member if you are not acting as a lieutenant should act, whether it's personality or anything. We just expect you guys to love and cherish each other, you know, work as a team. And Jabbar, he still has that first gen personality. He's serious, he's focused, and he just wants this fam to be strong throughout years. Even if we're not online, you know, he's the same age as me, 21. So, like, you guys gotta bust your ass. Okay, it's not gonna be one of those strict things, but if there's one person in this entire fam, if there's one person that I know that can keep all your minds focused, it's him. It's WWE. It's the original lieutenant. Okay, finding people is not hard. All you got to do is either ask or bring it to their attention, but they have to decide. Don't force people. Now, let me talk about the tournament perspective now. Let's say you brought in 5 people one year, and the second year you kind of fucked up. You only got maybe 3. Maybe he'll let it slide because it's 8. You know what I mean? Maybe, you know, Jabbar will be kind enough to let it slide and you can enter in the tournament. But that's his decision. You know, you can't go run to no... You don't want to run to generals at all. Because generals, that's the Hall of Fame rank. That's like, you've done it all. You've accomplished all. You've done everything there is to do. Now you're just sort of guiding generations and captains and basically all the divisions and making sure that MVP is going to make it to the next year, and you're just making bigger decisions, okay? Not like trying to be online every single day, play every day, all day. That's the captain's job, not ours. Not general, when I become general. But, you know, I never wanted the lieutenants to hit a glass ceiling because I felt that there's going to be some individuals that are going to be like, you know what, I just want to be lieutenant. I don't want to be captain. You know, I just want to be a pillar to support the fam and not like the guy leading the pillar, because that's a lot of weight. I know there's going to be individuals like that. That's why I had to create this rank. But when you become an MVP sergeant, you have to be online. You can't just be sergeant and you're not there and you're saying a bunch of bullshit that doesn't make any sense. You gotta at least know everybody in whatever generation it is and just guide them, you know? Like this shit. You survived. Reward enough. This shit is not hard. All you guys gotta know about sergeants is that they're gonna have their eye out to make sure the lieutenants are doing their task and their job. It's not like I'm gonna have an eyeball at the back of my head and I'm gonna see everything that's going on for generations to come and future leaders as aka captains to come and stuff like that. So that's the purpose of the sergeant. He's the eyes for the generals. He's enlisting you guys in the tournament. He's making sure you guys make it into the tournament. Not like, oh, you know, you've been gone 2 years and shit like that. You just came just for the tournament. No. You wouldn't make it in the tournament that way. or you were gone a year, then okay, if you're gone a year and then you came back and you brought in 10 people, then you're set to make the tournament. You just have to have a total of 10 to make the tournament now. There's going to be no more freebies. You know what I mean? Just put in the work. Because I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you guys something that nobody knows about WWFS. Basically, there was few individuals in the past that, okay, I would tell WWE, okay, I'm tired of saying WWE. I would tell Jabbar to get online. He would get online. And I would tell him to join me. And he always had problems joining me in the past. I don't know if it was the console, the game, I don't know what it was. But when he would join, he'd be on the opposite team. And I always used to see that as competition. Because, okay, we got Jabbar on the other team. This is going to be fun. It's going to be competitive. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a good match. And even though I had MVP with me, and we're talking veterans, because these was maybe the third gen, second gen era, they would get pissed off. A few people, as in maybe like 2 or 3, and they would say, you know, why is he always on the other team? And like, I hate when people and MVP are on the other team and they beat us. It's stupid. And you know what? I didn't really understand why they were saying that. Like, you think a person like Jabbar is just gonna lay back, go negative for the sake of us winning? Fuck that. Who would do that shit? Nobody, right? Stupidness, I heard. But these individuals, what they did, they took a break from COD. They didn't tell me where they were going. They didn't tell me that they were going on a new console or that they were going to do other shit. They just disappeared. Okay? For like maybe 3 years, 4 years, or whatever. I don't know where they are. I don't know what they're doing. I message them on Facebook. They don't answer. So I'm saying to myself, okay, let's just focus on the here and now, Cheese. And who was there every day, every week, month, year, daily? When I'm on, he's on. It was WWFS. And I can't stand individuals like that saying things like that to a guy like him, because there's 3 captains right now of MVP. And each of the 3 captains, he's supported their generations. He's helped guide their generations. He's helped build their generations. The reason we're on PS4 right now is because of him. You know what I mean? And that's why he's going to do so great as a sergeant. I'm so jealous because Jabbar can become the first person ever in MVP history to have done every single rank in the fam. In MVP. Not in any division, but MVP-wise, he's done literally almost every rank. Because he's also in the MVP Special Task Force. And I'm going to talk about that in the next clip. Okay.
Death is an old friend. Don't make me call him any favors.
Jesus. Like, I just want you guys to understand that a sergeant is a big deal. It takes 8 years, okay? And you're going to know when you've hit the 8 years once 3 captains, 2, 4. Yeah, once there's the next 4 captains or whatever, then you're ready. You're going to be promoted in the previous, and whatever captain tournament it's going to be, to sergeant. Sergeants don't just get promoted randomly. They get promoted on that specific day, the biggest event of in MVP. Okay? So all I can say to you, lieutenants, is that next year is going to be busy. It's going to be fun. You guys are going to understand. I'm going to make you guys understand what it means to be a true lieutenant. And that's the purpose of why the sergeant rank was made. To guide you guys a lot more than ever before. Especially generations. Generations in the past, being a lieutenant, you had to figure it out by yourself. You had to figure out how to be a leader and how to work well as a team and how to carry a team by going online every day and being on top and stuff like that, and it takes a while to figure that out. Took me 3 years to figure that out. But what took me 3 years, and with the whole sergeant rank now, is going to take you guys, 1 year maybe, if this goes well. I don't know when the next sergeant's going to be, because that's going to take a while, but just keep busting your ass and do what you got to do, and one day you'll be a greater lieutenant than even WWEFS. Okay, guys? So remember, the 4th cap tournament is the last freebie. The next 2 years, because like I said, every captain tournament is every 2 years in MVP. So the next 2 years, okay, you guys be doing a lot of debuts and like busting your ass, expanding the fam, bringing your friends, bringing anybody you know, your friends, your girlfriends, your boyfriends. I don't care who. But if it's an individual that you love playing with, and is your friend, and you trust this person, then bring them in, because that way it's just gonna drive you to just try to climb up the ladder in MVP. Okay, so that's everything I can really say about a sergeant. They're just keeping track of the lieutenants and making sure that they're doing what they're supposed to do. 5 recruits a year, in total of 10 to make the tournament. Best not to cuss or swear at a sergeant, because obviously you're going to get demoted back to member, and he's going to give you a list of tasks to do for 3 months. And unless you can accomplish whatever task he's going to give you, whether it's figuring out how to be a good leader in MVP, or whether it's dropping a certain amount of kills, or whatever it may be, you have 3 months. And if you can't do it in 3 months and he asks you the 3rd month, have you completed your task? What have you done? And you tell him you didn't do jack shit, it gets extended, and you're going to just be a member for a longer period of time. But once you complete whatever he wanted you to complete or understand, then he'll give you your lieutenant rank back and your number, and you can put back your emblem on again. But that's only if he improves. Okay? When it comes to people leaving 2 times, yeah, a general can do it, but 9 times out of 10, me and Edward won't do it. We won't just break the 2nd rule. And if a captain comes to me and says, he's a very valuable asset to my generation or something like that, and he explains, the whole story or something like that, the sergeant will be at the table there. He will be listening, or in the party, and he will make the final decision. Because like I said, sergeants guide the lieutenants and the members. Because members become lieutenants, and lieutenants are the future. So only he can really have the veteran experience to say to himself that this guy is not just an asset, but he's a family member. And he will do whatever it takes to protect MVP. So just keep that in mind. Okay? I want to see future sergeants in the future. God knows how old I'm going to be. I'm probably going to be very old. But I like the fact that I came up with sergeant. It breaks through the lieutenant glass ceiling if you guys are feeling unsure about becoming cap. But I think it's going to be really cool once I see that emblem in the 4th captain tournament. So I think that's about it. You guys all have a good day. I love you all. Keep busting your ass. And I'll see you in the next clip. Let me just do this thing and then. Alright. Catch you guys later. Cheesemo out.